This is New York's own DJ Rock and Ron, and you're tuned in to The Reaction with CJ Manning.
What's good, everybody? I'm CJ Manning, and you're tuned in to The Reaction. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you've been here before, you already know. Today on The Reaction, we have, for one of our comedy clips, I went back and, I was watching some stuff on YouTube, and Redman popped up, and he was talking about this one in particular. Do y'all remember MTV Cribs? Who remembers MTV Cribs? We got a classic MTV Cribs right here, and believe it or not, this was for real. Redman really did this on Cribs, and this is really one of his cribs. So we're going to check out MTV Cribs from way back in the day. And yeah, this is going to be MTV Cribs that's before my time. Yeah, okay, Ron. All right, I might believe that. But we're going to tune in. We're going to check out where Redman lived back in the day, like late 90s, early 2000s. So let's go.
Chris, this is Redman. We coming to y'all live. Should I give y'all the tour right now of my whole house? How it looks in here when there's real in here? Come on, let's go. Over here,
Let's go.
is what I call Exhibit A. This is where I got my clothes and crap. Got my ironing board right here. We iron on the floor in here. It's easy to and watch TV at the same time. This is the bedroom, so a lot of entertainment. I like to get right in here watching a lot of DVD movies and stuff, the nasty movies, the freaks, This is for the freaks right here.
Listen, the one thing I can say about Redman on this, he was being real. Yo. Because let's be honest, that's probably how our cribs looked at the time too. And I get he probably had a little bit of money, but do you think he had enough money to be in like a mansion by then? I'm not sure.
Over here is what I got, the walk-in closet, hangers, crap, don't even worry about that. Notice how big and sectiony it is. See how step in, now step out.
But this is one of his real cribs for real. This is really one of his cribs. He still has this place too.
I walk in and I walk out. As long as I got my video game section here, this is all that matters.
Oh my goodness. This who remembers the Dreamcast? Because that's what that was, the Dreamcast.
I walk in and I walk out. As long as I got my video game section here, this is all that matters. See, this TV screen is straight from Japan right here. They gave me this when we...
Look, ain't that amazing how you don't even have to leave the room? And you got several rooms in one room. You got your game room now. We done went to the game room, and we ain't even left the bedroom. Let's go. Not the lotion on the table. Yeah, that's for real. I mean, that's what happens when you have your game room and your bedroom the same room. I mean,
Opened up the Def Jam Japan in Japan, but I keep the Nintendo and the Dreamcast all day, boy. Over here, we got the De La Casa bathroom.
Oh, the De La Casa bathroom. Let's go. Let's go.
Over here, we got the De La Casa bathroom. This consists of a shower, little Noxzema and, herbal essence, body wash ingredients. I like using that. It keeps me smelling good for the women. Let's go to the music area.
Uh-oh, we're about to hit the studio. Let's go.
Yo, and this room right here is what I like to call the De La Casa's studio.
The De La Casa
And here is where, most of the funk, the beats, the rhymes, ideas, it start off. You see, everything is right in place, right where I need it.
I wonder, like 20 years later, does everything still look the same? I know they did a reboot on it and they came back and he said he updated shit and he ain't updated nothing. They took it back and looked and see if it was the same stuff. It was exactly the same stuff in there. In a sense, yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, that might not like I'm sure he had to go to the studio, but when you sitting there writing and stuff and you got ideas, there's nothing wrong with that setup right there. And think about it. I don't know if anybody's seen the Wu-Tang series. If anybody's seen that, yo, they were doing it any way they could. They rented like a studio apartment just to make it into a studio so they could do their recordings at one point.
And here's where, most of the funk, the beats, the rhymes, ideas, it start off. You see, everything is right in place, right where I need it. Over here, I got, the record collection. This is my hobby here. This is where, the money generate at. So I call this the De La Casa's money room.
The money room. Let's go.
Journey downstairs so I can show you the rest of De La Casa's red house in this mother. Okay, now we're gonna journey downstairs and show y'all the rest of my beauty that I got prepared. You see how the walls and the lights and stuff is all going around. This is really handcrafted myself and me and my boys, painting.
And actually, that's not a bad place where he's staying at. For real, for real. I mean, it's not bad. It's actually a nice little setup,
Downstairs and show y'all the rest of my beauty that I got prepared. You see how the walls and the lights and stuff is all going around. This is really handcrafted myself and me and my boys, painting and stuff like this. It was real shit in here before that. The vibe I'm looking for in this apartment is a bachelor's crib. Don't even have a coffee table. This is what an apartment looked like when a brother doing this album, or, he ain't run off to the hills and buy a big crib away from the hood.
Right.
This apartment is right in the hood and it's nice. This gives me a sense of feeling that I can move up and get something bigger, way bigger than this. I like staying right here in the crack. Keep me moving.
You think living like that keeps you in reality? You know what I'm saying? Like even back in the day, he could have had somewhere that's a lot nicer. I think overall that helped him keep his, just keep him steady at the time. Keep him focused on his craft at the time.
Right in the hood and it's nice. This gives me a sense of feeling that I can move up and get something bigger, way bigger than this. I like staying right here in the crack. Keep me moving. These movies right here are just, what I like to watch right here. This is like my movie collection and CD collection too. Stripes and Bad Boys and Wild Things. I still got an X-rated one.
How many people still have CDs? I know we got a couple DVDs. Do you guys got DVDs or CDs? I still actually do have my CD collection, to be honest. The CD collection, my music collection ain't went nowhere, but I just ain't got nothing to play them on no more. And unless I took them in the car, I could listen to a few of them in the car.
Here too, though, gotta keep it real. Joe's Apartment, these are movies I like to watch to get ideas from. Probably get ideas for my album or something. I watch a lot of movies. Me and Meth do that. That's our hobby. Oh yeah, that's my cousin.
Ron, that's how y'all used to be back in the day? You just had people laid out on the floor? You still have VHS? Man, listen, I don't got no VHS, Ron. If I do, they're packed away somewhere, and I ain't seen them in a minute.
Right there, he be knocked out over here, chilling in the cut. That's Sugar Bear right there. Don't worry about him. He don't even hear y'all. Y'all not like he even here. Let's go journey to the kitchen, shall we? Oh, in this left wing of the crib, we got exhibit like E. This is where I got gifts I ain't give my god kids yet for Christmas. Old
Gotcha.
tour emblems, you know, I be saving. You know, it's still a lot of crap, but I still know where everything is in here.
Nice.
Over here is where I keep, like, you know, stuff I don't use. Like, you know, in my, you know how you got a shoebox of shit in your house? Well, I keep that in the kitchen. This is what I call the dollar box. If I need some money, I just run to the dollar box and go get me some bread or some juice, what I need. You know, it comes in handy. You should keep one in the house.
Not a bad idea, keeping yourself a
These
dollar
things
box.
right here, I recommend. If you live alone and you like fish, this takes 5 minutes, 3 minutes to cook on the George Foreman grill. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out to Res de la Casa. Hope y'all seen and enjoyed yourself. Next time y'all need to find me, you know, just rub these 2 wires for the doorbell. I know it don't work. You ain't got to knock. It works. Don't worry about the screen, too. You know, it's still good. You know, this is what I like to do, man. I see y'all next time. Peace. And bring me something to eat back.
I wonder when the cameras came, right? Were they like scared to drive through there, you know, because they used to go into like these nice neighborhoods, mansions and stuff, and they probably pulled up and was like, yo, is this dude serious? Are we at the right place? I could imagine how MTV, then they probably made them offers, from what I understand, like, do you need us to take you to somewhere to say this is your crib? Yo, that's crazy. But what I like about it, this one was, it was real life. Like, everybody thinks, you know, you get into the music industry and you rich and famous, you know, because you have a hit song. You might be able to move out the hood, but you ain't rich and famous yet. You got to put that work in. You got to go on tour. You got to do all this other stuff to make that real money. Just because you have a hit on the radio don't mean you're going to make millions of dollars, because the record labels, you know, they'll screw you over. So, but this was a little fun, you know. Redman on the MTV Cribs. It was a bit of a nostalgia thing. I knew this was one of my favorite ones because, you know, every MTV Cribs you've seen in the past, it was more like them showing off all the money they make, supposedly. And I don't even, now that I've seen something like this again, you wonder if these people that were on MTV Cribs, especially some of the artists that were hip-hop or, you know, newer or whatever, like, were they really living that lifestyle back then? Because that makes you think. That makes you think, was that really their lifestyle? But yeah, this was MTV Cribs Redman Edition. This was one of my favorites. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Let me know what MTV Cribs was your favorite, and maybe we could check that out. Maybe we could start a little series of the MTV Cribs and let us know which ones you guys liked, and we could check them out, give a little reaction to them. I know I've seen a lot of them, but I don't know if I've seen them all. So we will definitely see you next time.
Hey everyone, it's Ms. Man. Join us for the reaction with CJ Manning every Friday at 7 p.m. on Twitch. Don't forget to check out CJ Manning on YouTube for more reactions and moments you might have missed. We'd love to have you there.